That's right, the hottest searches of the week are in. This is Hot Clicks with Derek.
Derek's back once again. Good to see
I
you.
am Ben. It's back. I'm back. I can't even speak today. What's going on?
It's Friday. That's what's going on. Yeah.
I was laughing I don't know if you heard me because I was laughing so hard for that Jimmy Kimmel video.
Oh, yeah, the kids?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, he does that every year, right? Yeah. Good to see you. Let's get started with a quiz question, shall we?
All right. A player that is chosen each season for being the best performing player in a team or league is given an blank award. Number 1, VIP. Number 2, MVP. Number 3, MP3. Or is it number 4, PPAP?
One more time, please.
A player that is chosen each season for being the best performing player in a team or league is given an blank award. Number 1, VIP. Number 2, MVP. Number 3, MP3. Or is it number 4, PPAP?
Thank you very much. Use our Bandy board or Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We're giving away a premium popcorn set. All right, so where do we start then?
We start once again with Che, and more Che. So the scandal just does not go away. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger involving President Park and Che Soon-sil.
Sure.
So let's just bring people up to date a little bit more. So there have been a lot of rallies recently in the last few days. Thousands of people, particularly gathering in downtown Seoul. And there's actually been reports of rallies abroad in the States by Korean students as well.
Really?
So this has been taken international. There's been a special investigation team of prosecutors that have summoned Che to the Seoul Central District Prosecutor's Office a few days ago. The investigation, quote unquote, this is the official thing that that they're focusing on, is illegally, Che, that is, she illegally gained access to presidential documents and meddled in operations of two public institutions. The first one was the Mir Foundation and the K Sports Foundation. This is what they are accusing or looking into in this investigation.
Okay, so what types of charges? She's, the arrest warrant has been issued. What types of charges is she facing?
So
then?
apparently she's facing, quote unquote, again, forcing these business enterprises that we all know very well here in Korea, of donating these huge amounts of funds. In fact, it was an amount supposedly approximately of 80 billion won to these foundations, and then she in turn used those funds for her own private use.
So last night the arrest warrant was issued.
It was
right?
indeed issued, yes. And as a result of the scandal, the president has also reshuffled her cabinet as well. She's also recently nominated a new prime minister and deputy prime minister. Interestingly, the nominee for the prime minister, his name is Kim Byung-jun. And this gentleman here actually is a professor at Kookmin University. He's also the former policy chief of the late president Roh Moo-hyun. So it's kind of interesting how she's kind of, I guess you want to say, maybe reaching across the aisle to kind of reach out to them, the opposite side, by nominating this gentleman here.
Also, a new deputy prime minister and finance minister.
Indeed, Jang Yong. I'm sorry about that pronunciation there. You got to check on the Hangul for that.
So yes, it continues to be big news, and it will be, I imagine,
Yes.
for a long time.
Indeed.
Next keyword then.
Here it is. And Steve, I was actually that was my effort there at a bear and a cub. I was actually debating whether or not to do that or actually take me out to the ball game.
Okay. I think you're talking baseball then, are you?
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
So let's start off first with Korea. So the Doosan Bears, they won their title on Wednesday. They defeated the NC Dinos 8-1. That's their second consecutive title. Congratulations to them. And also, just to review a little bit about the season, 93 wins. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
they just dominated this year.
They really did.
They
yeah.
did. The catcher Yang Uiji, he won the MVP this year. He's only the second catcher in KBO history to win that award. The last guy to do that was back in 1991. His name was Jang Chae-gun of the former Haedae Tigers, and now, of course, the Kia Tigers.
A very, very good team here
Indeed.
in Korea, the Doosan Bears, and the Cubs as well, as we were talking about at the beginning of the show today, right?
Absolutely. Harry Carey, if he was alive today, oh my goodness, he would just have a smile from ear to ear, wouldn't he?
Harry Carey, if you don't know the name, he was the long time announcer
Very long time.
for the Chicago Cubs, and he passed away some years ago,
He
right?
did indeed. And he was
Yeah.
always famous for singing, of course, the me out to the ball game. Right, you always make the fans do that.
Yeah.
Wonderful gentleman there. And of course, their first pennant since 1908. The curse has finally been broken.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch some of the videos from Facebook feeds yesterday?
I was out of town, unfortunately, for the last few days, so I was kind of hard to catch up with what was going on. But I did see some highlights.
Yeah. It was exciting for and there's a video on Point and Radio. It was,
Oh, okay, we go. Yep.
it was exciting for,
Some guys get emotional.
yeah, he burst into tears, didn't he? They're so emotional, you know? It's crazy. These fans, particularly the older fans,
Yeah.
they have lived their whole life without seeing their team. And there's Bill
Bill
Murray
Murray right there.
Bill Murray, the actor,
Oh, my
Bill
goodness.
Murray. He was so happy. He was crying too after the game. Lots of home videos shared. But it's just such an emotional thing, right? In fact, many of our listeners may remember Paul. Paul filled in our sports segment when we used to have one on the show.
Okay.
Paul was in Chicago
Okay.
last night. He's still there now.
Okay.
He's a huge Cubs fan, and he was at the stadium to enjoy the game, and he just had the time of his life. Yeah, so it's big news.
Big news indeed.
Even people who aren't fans of the Chicago Cubs are happy.
You bet.
Yeah. All right. So what's next then?
Up next, we have Motherfunter Gentleman. Yes, indeed, folks. Yes, that would be Psy. Psy has come back in the news. He has coming up. Actually, first want to mention that Gentleman has topped, thank you very much, Mr. Engineer, has topped 1 billion views now on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable. Yes, so that's actually his 6th video that has topped more than 100 million views. Unbelievable.
Goodness me.
And of course, according to YG Entertainment, he actually has in the process plans of making a new music video at the moment. And of course, he has some concerts coming up as well where he will sing a brand new song never heard before.
Okay. So let's see now. This song came out, what,
2013, April of 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. So 3.5 years ago.
Right.
And now it's gotten to 1 billion views.
Yes. Back in July of actually 2013, it hit 500 million.
Okay.
So it took several years to actually add that additional 500 million to make 1 billion.
Yeah. Still, though, it's impressive.
Very indeed, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's his most popular song. I think Gangnam Style will.
Gangnam Style will still.
I don't know if he can ever make a song that will catch the world like Gangnam Style
Yes,
did.
the lyrics, the dance, it's a one-of-a-kind song.
But still, people love to know what Psy is going to come out with next, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, so before we go any further, Derek, can we have the quiz question one more time, please?
Sure thing. A player that is chosen each season for being the best performing player in a team or league is giving an blank award. Is it number 1, VIP, number 2, MVP, number 3, MP3, or is it number 4, PPEP?
Thank you very much. If you know the answer, put it on our Bundy board or use Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We are giving away a premium popcorn set. All right, so let's move on. What else has been hot online?
Clinton versus the FBI. This is the next biggie here that's making a whole lot of news back in the States. So the director of the FBI, his name is Comey, he has reopened this case because of new evidence that has been found. So let me tell you a little bit about this evidence here. It traces back to a gentleman by the name of Anthony Weiner. He is a former congressman of New York, and the reason why he's kind of involved in this investigation is because he is the husband, actually soon-to-be ex-husband, of a woman by the name of Huma Abedin. Now, why is she special? It's because she is the current campaign manager of Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
And she is also the former chief of staff of Clinton when she was Secretary of State.
Okay.
And so Anthony Weiner is under investigation for a different scandal. And so they have confiscated his laptop. And in that laptop, they have found an additional 650,000 emails that are related to this entire scandal involving Clinton.
650,000.
650,000
Oh
supposedly.
my goodness.
Big scandal.
So this is a scandal that was big news. Then it kind of went away.
Yep.
And now it's back again.
Indeed, yes. Back in July when it was first introduced there, people were I thought for sure that Comey was going to prosecute Clinton and take her to court, but apparently he decided not to, and in light of this new evidence,
Well-
he's, I guess, changed his mind.
What did he decide at the time that she was not able to understand what was confidential and what was not, right?
I guess so.
It's kind of strange,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. All right. Well, that's back in the news. That's news to me.
It is.
All right. So let's move on to our final keyword today.
And it is Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, that is. Yes, indeed. According to Forbes magazine, she has topped the 2015 top list of highest paid female singers.
Oh, Taylor Swift is the richest female singer in America, huh?
Indeed. You know how much she made in 2015?
No idea.
$170 million.
That's pretty good.
Unbelievable, yes. And that, of course, that takes into account all of her music sales, and also as well as her interview, all those the money that she's made from
Sure.
those activities as well.
Who's number two?
Number 2, we have Adele at 80.5 million.
Adele.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes. And number 3, one that we know very well, Madonna, 76.5 million as well.
That's crazy, though. Taylor Swift made 170 million, and Adele made less than half.
Less than half of that. Big difference there between first and second place, huh?
Yeah. Well, maybe the part of the reason is Adele is seems to be a lot more private. She doesn't seem to be in the media as much. I don't think she does as many appearances or interviews. So maybe that was part of the reason why, because people love her music too. So it's not just record sales, right? Yeah.
And then if you look all the way at the bottom, you look at 9 and 10, we got Shania Twain and Celine Dion.
Celine Dion's still on the list.
Still on the list there. 27 million at 10th place there. Not too bad.
Wow, that's surprising, isn't it, that she is still there? But then again, she has a residence in Las Vegas.
She
right?
does indeed, yeah.
So she's constantly doing shows there. So
Yep.
maybe it's not that surprising.
Yep.
Britney Spears is still on the list.
Still there. 30.5 million. My goodness.
J-Lo is number 7, Katy Perry's
Yep.
number 6, Beyonce is number 5, and Rihanna is at number 4. That is a list of very successful women right there.
Indeed.
Yeah, they make slightly more than you and I do, I guess,
A
Derek.
lot more. We can only dream.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so thank you very much for getting us caught up in what's been going on online. Can you give us the answer to your quiz question now, please?
Absolutely. It comes in number 2, MVP. I'm really disappointed it wasn't PPAP. I wanted to say it just one more time.
Yeah, right.
Answer was number 2, MVP.
Yes, MVP goes to the most valuable player. And we have a winner for the premium popcorn set, and that is Igwang J. Nim. Congratulations to you, and enjoy that prize. And Derek, we've had you for a couple of weeks now. How did you enjoy doing the show?
I loved it. Thank you so much for having me on the program.
Well, we enjoyed having you, and I'll speak on behalf of our listeners and say that they enjoyed having you as well. And we hope to see you again soon. Bye, Derek.
Bye.